Welcome in everyone, hope you're all doing well.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the Browns coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us
the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led by a three-time Pro Bowler in his fifth season. It's Deshaun Watson.
and the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. A shotgun snap for Watson, buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A heck of an effort there on the scramble, leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Defense had a chance to get off the field here. The opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their deep...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Derek Carr, very precise thrower of the football. What's the game plan for going up against him? You know, it used to be take away the short stuff, I know, but he's more than a dink and dunker, right?
And you are right about that. Great analysis of him because he has evolved as a thrower. Now he can push the ball downfield, but still, the number one things you want to take away, short passes, intermediate passes. So sharp, precise, and accurate, you got to sit on those routes in order to cause him problems.
This is caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, Johnson. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down at 4, Watson. The ball comes out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now it's Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now here's Johnson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cleveland offense ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. To try again after the sack. Watson letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Edwards. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's brought down.
Stop, baby. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
We play to win.
Carr going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And the Raiders have got him. Yannick Ngakoue has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Oh, a strip. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson, for the field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Carlson able to put this one through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Now a first down throw. Watson looking deep in the direction of Cooper. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Then, on Sunday night, a big one in the NFC South, the Saints and Bucks from Tampa, 8:20 Eastern Time. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Browns,
we now proceed to the start of the second half.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Jacobs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Caught outright by Renfro. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me. With enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story as he was approaching 19 miles an hour on that one. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Johnson now returning. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. Now Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. Throwing now is Carr. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Here's A.J. Cole now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Johnson. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Watson's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Faking the give, now Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Watson. And he's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On play action, it's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a...
Welcome in everyone, hope you're all doing well.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 75 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
YBN want a thing up.
Next, it's the Browns and Packers on Christmas Day. Green Bay's won the last 3 meetings, but can Cleveland cross a win off their wish list? Find out next.
The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. Sliding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a ground shaken up on the play. That's something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 13 carries, 72 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this. What I can guarantee you, there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win in the routes instead of their number 1 guy.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. 1st and goal at the 1. Now it's Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. This Charles definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jarvis Landry. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Watson's throw into the hands of Hooper. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Watson on the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. To throw is Watson. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Touchdown, Browns! Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. They'll roll him out right. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. It's caught by Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air yet again. Watson flush to his right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Watson off play action. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top. Unsuccessful.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 3rd and long. It's Watson out to his left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
On 4th down, Watson. He'll buy. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Packers pick it up. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here comes Johnson on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Browns drive about to get started as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. Touchdown, Packers. Jarvis Landry. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And the result, a Green Bay score. Returning it, Johnson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought that
he rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Malcolm Smith there for the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. Down to the 25. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Rodgers going to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down. This one incomplete as well. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson steps away. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off at the 40. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Fights him off. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. He'll find Aguara complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Back now at Lambeau. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Browns drive about to get started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, if it...
Oh, he fakes a spike. Forced out to his left. They couldn't contain Deshaun that time as he gets home for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside to 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He's going to let it go again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. First down and much more here for Jones. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to have a Packers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Get me. Let's go. Let's go. Green 18.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up to the left-hand column for a win.
That's right. Head to the locker room, through the wristbands, and the